Hello everyone and welcome back. So normally today I would be uploading my weekly review of Daleks, but some news came up, so I'm going to be pushing that to Sunday. For the purposes of this video, the news that came out today is DC news, but it's just general movie news, because HBO and Warner Brothers have announced that for 2021, as it now stands, they are going to be simultaneously releasing all of their movies after Wonder Woman 1984, simultaneously in theaters and also on HBOMax. Now, the reason I'm making this video is, now, these are huge films here. We're talking Wonder Woman 1984 and The Suicide Squad in terms of what this channel talks about, but you also have things like Kong vs. Godzilla, you got In the Heights, you have a ton of other stuff, can't really remember at this point. A lot of people are saying that this is changing cinema forever, and I'm just gonna talk about why that isn't true. The main reason why is profitability. This is not a very profitable thing for Warner Brothers to do. It's the right thing for them to do, but it's not very profitable. Let's just take Wonder Woman 1984 for example. It'll take, like, bare minimum, if there was no pandemic right now, everybody was out and about in movie theaters, and they just released Wonder Woman 1984 theatrically, Wonder Woman 1984 would make at least $700 million, just because the first movie did so well and also had great reviews, and the past few DC movies have done great, like Birds of Prey did alright, and then also Joker, Shazam, Aquaman, all did really well, so no reason to believe Wonder Woman 1984 won't. And in order for releasing it on streaming in conjunction with releasing it theatrically, which, like, let's be real here, how much money are they going to get from that theatrical release? Like 30 million, maybe 40? But the thing is, if they are going to replace theatrical releases with streaming releases, or keep this forever, which definitely isn't going to happen because I'm about to tell you, then that streaming would have to make up for $700 million, essentially, give or take a couple tens of millions. So they would have to essentially see their subscriber rate grow when Wonder Woman 1984 comes out, to the point where they make $700 million more in December than they did in November, in order for that to kind of replace that theatrical release. And let me tell you, that's not happening. And you know what's definitely not happening? That subscriber rate going up for at least a month, in order to make up for how much all of their movies coming out in 2021 would have made if they were just released theatrically. There's no way that's happening. Even if you take into account, like, they're taking in new subscribers that stick around for months or even years, that's not happening. The reason Warner Brothers is releasing these movies on HBO Max as well is because, not because they want to make a profit off of them, it's because they have these things sitting in their vault, essentially, and they don't want them sticking around there forever where they're not making any money, and suddenly they have a company that, like, has spent, like, $1 billion on movies that they haven't made a dime from, and they're releasing them so that they can hopefully make back the budgets of those movies, so then they can start production on new movies to release in a way that could actually make a profit. So when they're releasing these, they're not really making any money. Wonder Woman 1984 is not going to make any money, at least not right now. Maybe, like, you know how Disney Plus released Hamilton on Disney Plus? There's still talk that they're probably going to do a theatrical release of that at some point. It's not going entirely to Disney Plus. They are going to do a theatrical release later down the line. Maybe they'll do that with some of these movies. They can't do that with all of them. In fact, they could probably only do it with one or two of the movies. But that's kind of my point here, that it just straight up wouldn't be profitable for Warner Brothers to do something like that. So this is kind of a conditional thing. As long as people aren't going to the movies, this is going to happen, and after a year, it's not going to happen anymore. So yeah, I'm just making this video because a lot of people, as soon as this was announced, were, like, making their YouTube videos and their comments and just blowing up saying, the movie industry has changed forever, we're moving to a world where streaming is, it's not happening. If they did even try to do that. Here's the thing, like, obviously Netflix and Disney Plus have had like streaming exclusive movies, but the thing is, Netflix's movies have a ceiling budgetary for like $70 million. Wonder Woman 1984 cost like hundreds of millions of dollars. So sure, streaming could be where every movie comes out, if every movie that comes out has a ceiling of, let's say, even $90 million. Because if everybody was using streaming to watch movies now exclusively, then they'd get more money through streaming, they could boost up the budget a little bit, but it still wouldn't be nearly the like big budget, box office, blockbuster movies that we have. And I don't think those are going away. Especially since, you know, people have been talking about superhero fatigue for a while, and it still hasn't really set in. There's been very little, if any, signs of superhero fatigue, and pretty much every superhero movie in the past 10 years has cost upwards of $120 million. There have been a few exceptions, but that's generally, and that's like a low ball too. Like a large majority of them cost upwards of $150 million. So it's not happening. That's all I wanted to do. Just tune in tomorrow. I'm going to be doing my weekly Power Rangers Beast Morphers review. Then on Sunday, I'm going to be doing my Daleks review. And there's rumors that, or I don't think it's a rumor, but it could just end up being not much of anything. And if it's not, I won't make the video. But there has been word that maybe the first trailer for the Suicide Squad is going to be dropping on Sunday, and since you guys seemingly kind of liked my reaction video for the Revolution of the Daleks trailer this Monday, Monday's video will be the reaction to that trailer, if it ends up being like an actual full-on trailer and not just a behind-the-scenes look or like a teaser trailer or something like that. So that's pretty much it. Don't forget to subscribe for daily videos on the franchises you love, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.